Small businesses in the U.S. account for more than 75% of all jobs. Unfortunately, with the heavy hand of federal, state, city, and county regulations, the small business owners of America are finding it more challenging than ever to survive, much less thrive. In such a seemingly hostile financial environment, such as the one in which most Americans find ourselves today, having strategic partners with the financial expertise and ability to lend a helping hand is more important than ever.
Glenwood State Bank is unique in a couple of ways. We're family-owned, family-operated, and locally owned. So that makes a pretty big difference because all the money that comes in and out of our bank, it stays right here in the counties we serve. There's no other owners that we have to pay dividends to, and it all stays right here. So that makes a pretty big difference. Plus, when your ownership is involved in day-to-day operation, you can make decisions very, very quickly. Someone comes in, they have a loan request, maybe we get a couple people together, and 30 minutes later we have a decision. So that speed and flexibility is a big difference on what Glenwood State Bank can offer.
WASP actually stands for Watkins Aircraft Support Products. We began in 1979 when founder Jim Watkins began our business in the ground support equipment division, and he did it in a rental facility. His business grew so rapidly that by 1981, we needed to expand and look for a place to actually build a building. So Glenwood State Bank knew Jim Watkins already at that time on a personal relationship, and they knew his quality and his character and his drive and his dedication to what he did. And so they approached Jim with a financing package to build our first building. The greatest part of our story is the ESOP, which in 1997, Jim Watkins wanted to sell the company. He gave the employees the opportunity to actually purchase the company. So we approached Glenwood State Bank at that point. They put together a finance package for us so that they were able to give us the whole entire package to purchase this company from our founder, which then made us 100% employee owned, which is a great story. It's been very good for the employees.
Buying local, keeping it in the community, family owned, American ingenuity, the American spirit. These were the basic virtues that spawned the Industrial Revolution and made our country the world's most vibrant economy and the place of hope for millions from sea to shining sea. In order to realize a future in which we're all able to prosper in a free market economy based on our skills, talents, and hard work, taking a look back gives us a clearer vision of the best way forward.
I have relationships with 5 major banks, and I can tell you the only thing that they understand is how big they are and how they'd like to do business with me. But they'd like to invest my money before they lend me money. I've never heard that out of a community bank. Community banks don't operate that way. They try to figure out how they work with entrepreneurs to create wealth. I've been with Glenwood State Bank, I think probably since we were in the community. In December of 1987, we went from having 20 employees to 40 employees. The following year we had 60, the following year we had 80. When I sold out in June of 2007, there were over 1,000 new jobs that were created from the time we started that in 1980 till 2007. This is a town of 2,500 people, so it's a fairly significant thing as far as entrepreneurship.
In the age of the American jobs-killing global economy, there's a growing concerted effort among traditional community banks to be the catalyst for local, sustainable economic growth that our communities need. Though the regulatory burdens are here and need to be complied with in order to stay in business, there are yet banks in our country that still believe in and operate according to the core traditional values that made this nation great.
As we've worked with customers and seen them go through, the good times and the slowdowns in their economies and slowdowns in their industries, our success depends on our community and its success. We're like partners with the relationships we have with our customers, and we do everything we can to work with them and work them through those difficult times.
There certainly are differences between banks, and I believe all banks serve a purpose and there's no right or wrong. However, our model is such that we are focused on the community. And I think the big difference between a community bank and a mega bank, if you want to use that term, is the ownership structure. We're locally owned and it's a family-owned operation, and so the profits aren't as important. The community is what's important. We live in this community, we go to church with these people, we're sitting alongside them at Little League baseball games, and we just really want to be able to, make this place the best place it can be, to live, work, play, and spend the rest of their lives. And so that's the focus. And when that's your focus, it's not a quarterly profit, it's not a what's my stock price for the day. It's purely about how can we make this community the best it can be. And our philosophy is if we're doing that and making the community the best it can be, the profits will take care of themselves. So be selfless, give of ourselves, give back to the community, make them number one. Take some risks and chances that maybe you wouldn't do normally. And when you do those things, like I said, the profits will just take care of themselves. Don't worry about that.
To learn more about Glenwood State Bank, call them at 320-634-5111 or visit their website at www.glenwoodstate.com.